Zdravo svima i dobrodošli u novu epizodu podcasta Uručenje. Morali smo da se izmestimo malo iz našeg studija ove sedmice s obzirom na to da smo išli tragom evroligaša koji stižu u Beograd svake sedmice. Ovoga puta pratili smo berlinsku Albu koja je ove nedelje igrala protiv Crvene zvezde, duel 25. kola Evrolige i u hotelu Crown Plaza smo se tradicionalno sastali sa trenerom berlinske Albe, Izraelom Gonzalesom. Gospodin Gonzales je razgovarao sa nama o svojim trenerskim počecima, razgovarao je sa nama i o toj saradnji sa trenerom Aitom Renesesom sa kojim je sarađivao pre nego što je postao glavni trener i od kojeg je mnogo toga naučio. Već znamo kako izgleda ta njihova škola. Pričao je o svemu onome što očekuje berlinsku Albu, o tome kako ih vidi u budućnosti, a osvrnuli smo se i na prošlo leto kada je bio gost Beograda zbog trenerske klinike koja se ovde tradicionalno održava. O svemu tome, o srpskoj košarci, o tome kako vidi srpske igrače i kako izgleda igrati u Beogradskom Pioniru u nešto više od 20 minuta razgovora sa Izraelom Gonzalesom. Okay, so for the beginning of the conversation, thank you for speaking for Sport Club. Either you have your obligations with the team and everything that is happening in the EuroLeague. First, and maybe the most important question: how are you, and how is the team, the whole team, after the National Cup in Germany that you played? Also, is everything fine?
Well, for sure we are a little bit healthier than we arrived to the cup. We recovered the players 1 week later, but it's okay. It's okay. I think now we have to face the second part of the year, of the season, and try to do a little better in EuroLeague and continue how we are doing in BBL.
Yeah. So you started the season very well, actually, this season in the EuroLeague, and it was probably the most surprising beginning of the season by now. So what happened later with Alba, and what is the situation now? How do you see your team, and what is the main goal for you now?
Well, I think we started very, very good, maybe too much good, but we have, after this good start, some problems. Some games where we lose by a few points, and after we get into a process where we didn't face the games with full confidence because we have some defeats, and it was a bad dynamic that we didn't suffer in our domestic league. I hope we can change this because we are better team that only 6 wins in this EuroLeague, and I hope players get confidence as soon as possible.
Yeah. So speaking about the actual situation now and the first game that you have in front of you, it's against Crvena zvezda tomorrow. What do you expect from that game?
Very difficult game, especially because Red Star is playing very good. They join good players, good coach. It's a team very well coached that play very good defense, and also in offense every time they are playing better and better. And after the fans here, the crowd is very important. It's difficult to play against them, and for sure it's going to be a very difficult game where we have to adapt very quick.
Yeah. In terms of fans, actually, and the whole atmosphere here in Belgrade, is that really is the bigger difference between playing here or anywhere else in Europe? Is the difference so big, or how can you describe it?
Well, there is another course that are quite similar, but probably here in Belgrade the people live with a lot of passion. When you are there in the gym, it's like there is everybody in the gym is a coach and knows a lot of basketball. That maybe is a little different than other countries, and you have to respect a lot because they know a lot of basketball.
Yeah, we have about 7 million people here and about 7 million basketball coaches, so yeah, we like that a lot. Okay, so speaking about the whole season now in the EuroLeague, we also spoke about that with other coaches and with players, and it's a little bit surprising how competitive it is this season. What can you say about it? Like, every team can beat every other team. We still don't know who is going to the top 8 or something like that. We cannot predict the final 4 and things like that. What can you say about it?
Yeah, it's amazing EuroLeague this year. Everybody improved a lot the teams. After Corona, I think the people were exactly, we don't know what is going to be the way of the clubs. But the clubs choose to improve and to spend money, and they are improving a lot. And the competitiveness of this year is unbelievable, and it's everything very close and very difficult.
It seems that you have that special bond with Alba now, since you are working there like for a few years, for a few seasons. And how can you describe you in that system? How do you feel in Alba, in Berlin?
Well, I think we fit perfectly. I think it's a club that are making the things with care, trying to do everything as good as we can, knowing who are we, knowing that we want to grow in all the aspects of the club, not only in the team. And in the way that we are doing is maybe it's in a slow way, but sure way. And I think this is very, very important to be sustainable and to have a line to follow. And I'm very good. We have done very good years, not always winning, but every time enjoying and improving and doing our best. That is what we have in our hands to do. Other things are difficult.
I have to ask about your cooperation with Coach Aitom, because Coach Aitom was one of probably the most favorite coaches from that part of the Europe, or maybe from the whole Europe here in Serbia and Balkan. What can you say about that cooperation and about things that you learned from him and things like that, since you were working with him before you became the first coach, the head coach of the Alba?
Well, I have been very lucky. It was an honor to work with him. I learned a lot of things. I enjoy a lot with him. And I think we did very good things here in Berlin. And he wrote the book about the modern basketball a lot of years ago. And he always have been developing this book. And I have to say that I have been very lucky those years to have the opportunity to work with him and to live this experience that I have been living for the last 6 years.
Yeah, so we can still consider you as a young coach, right? Or how do you see yourself? Yeah, I hope that too, yeah. So what was the biggest challenge for you for now working as a coach?
Well, substitute Aitom and the expectation that we had, because we came from a very successful years, winning the last league in BBL was difficult. Was difficult to face this moment, but with the support of all the club, with the support of the players, with the support of the coaching staff, has been very easy. And we were successful last year. We were able to do it, which is not the main thing. There is a lot of important things around my job, and I'm very, very happy to stay here to do this job.
Yeah, there are probably all those little challenges during the day, like daily challenges that you have to face with. So can you compare those kind of things now when you're a head coach and those kind of challenges when you were an assistant coach?
Well, the thing is that I have a little more responsibility. I have to speak with the media. That is a thing that I'm not used to do it. But when I was assistant coach, I feel that my team as well, and I suffer like I'm suffering this year when I have injuries, when we have defeats, when we have problems in the day-to-day. The same than when I was assistant coach.
Yeah. Here in Serbia, we have a lot of young coaches also at the beginning of their careers, and I just spoke with few of them at Crvena Zvezda's practice, but also on the other teams' practices. How much is it important for a young coach to have a mentor or a kind of a good leadership, at the beginning of the career to grow up as a coach with him? And how often you can see that in the EuroLeague, in that highest level? Do we have time for that?
I don't know the ways of all the successful coaches in Europe, but for sure it's easier in the way to have a good mentor, because it's not only the knowledge that they can transmit to you, it's also the confidence that you have that you are doing things good because you are doing things similar than a successful coach did before you. So it's always good, because it's not only to know a lot of things about basketball, it's also about how to manage situation in the day-to-day that is not relationship with basketball. So to be with veteran coaches that they live a lot of experience before you and they are able to teach you, it's very good.
So speaking about those things that are not only about the basketball, but also on that mental plan and everything, is that something that is challenging for you to prepare the team, in that kind of a mental phase or something before every game? Is that something that inspires you?
Well, of course, I always try to go to the games trying to compete and to win the games, but I have also a forward view about all the things, about to finish good the season, to finish the season with everybody with confidence, everybody feeling important, because at the end of the season, where in basketball is deciding a lot of things, you don't know who's going to be healthy, who's going to be injured, who's going to be playing good with confidence, not confidence, and it's important to think also not only in the short term, also in the end of the season. Yeah,
I asked you about Coach Aitom and that kind of mentor that you had, because here we use you actually as an example of it. Like you were one of a kind to have that kind of experience, to have a leadership as Coach Aitom is and was for you. And those young coaches here from Serbia would love to have one as Aitom is. So that was the reason why I asked you that. What was inspiring for you in this job, and how everything happened actually with you and coaching, how everything started?
Well, because probably I was a bad player, so I looked my way to be in this world. I was coaching since I was 16 years old in the school that I have behind my house. Mm-hmm. And after I like chess, I like sports, and I think
with kids, right?
Yeah, with kids, yeah. And I like basketball, and I was very lucky to finish in this world, because my plan of life was different. I studied sports, and I was working in a school, and I was thinking, okay, I'm a teacher in the school, and in my free time I will coach some kids and maybe some senior players, but at the end everything came by themselves, and I'm here. But it wasn't my plan. Of course, I always wanted to be a head coach, but I thought it was very difficult or almost impossible. But I have been lucky in my career. I have been always close to the right persons and be in the right place. So I have been lucky, and I have done good things.
Yeah. So now, since you are on the highest level of the European basketball, what would Coach Izrael Gonzales tell to that younger coach at the beginning of the career, if he would have chance to do that?
Work a lot, be in the gym, be with the players, watch basketball, and try to improve in all the aspects of your life, not only in basketball. languages, informatics, studies, geography, all of these things. Because when you have to leadership a group of persons, you have to be a person to follow. If you only know about only one thing, you are not going to be successful.
Would you have the same message for your players now?
Sorry?
Would you have the same message for your players now, like to improve in everything or only in basketball?
Yes, of course. I think to use your mind, to use your knowledge in a lot of things that is around basketball is going to help you to think faster and to decide faster what to do in the basketball court. To have a full education, a full life is helping to the players to play better. It's also a selfish way to do these things, but I think it's important for them like a person and also like a players.
Yeah. So we spoke a little bit about Crvena Zvezda, but if we speak about the whole system of the Serbian basketball, what can you say about it? About players, about the way they work with coaches and everything?
They have plenty of players with very good individual skills that you can see that they learned when they were kids, and also the way that they compete and they face the games are impressive, and is a good way to copy or to follow this way of competing. And also tactically they have here 7 million of coaches, so the best ones has to be very, very good.
Yeah. And what can you say about that duo now in Crvena Zvezda? Facundo Campazzo is there, but he is not going to be able to play against you. And also Luka Vildoza is there, so I guess you did your scouting thing before the game and everything. What can you say about those two guys and how do you see them?
Amazing players that for sure are going to help Red Star for the end of the season. Also they are doing right now in practices, and Vildoza is playing very good. They have a lot of quality, a lot of personality. They have been in big clubs to know how to compete until the end, and for sure they are going to bring good things for Red Star.
Yeah. You were the part of Belgrade coaching clinic last summer here in Belgrade, and if I remember well, that was your first experience, that kind of experience actually, to be one of the, right? Yeah. Yes,
in such a big clinic like this was unbelievable. It was an honor to stay here. Great experience, very good organization. Everything was very well done, and I appreciate a lot that they invite me to have this experience and to live with them this experience like this summer.
Do you think those kind of seminars are important for the whole basketball world?
I think yes, especially because you have a direct touch with the coaches, and it's not only what they teach to you, what they do in the day-to-day. Also because you can interact with them, you can make questions, and you can see how the professionals are doing their job, and it's very important. I think it's part of your way to be a coach if you want to be a coach.
So that means that we can expect you again, probably.
Well, if they invite me, it will be an honor to come back for sure.
How much that was useful for you, actually? I mean, you were in a different role. You were there to learn other people something, but how much it was useful for you and your job and everything that you do? Did you had a chance to learn some new things? Yeah.
It's always good to think about the things that you are doing, and then how to explain to the others, and to organize your ideas to show to the people, and of course I was listening Ettore Messina, Calipari, and it was great to be with them and to listen what they explain, and after to test myself to speak about in front of 1,000 people. 1,000 people. Yeah.
So is it harder to explain those things to your colleagues or to the players?
Maybe to my colleagues, to the players. For me, it's easier because it's a thing that I have done for many years, and I used to do this. The other thing was a extraordinary thing, but I like it, and I think I will improve also in these things.
Yeah. Do you believe that coaches are people who need to have answer in every moment for their players?
Coaches cannot stop. Always have to be in movement, learning new things, improving things, because at the end you have to teach the players, and the players they are grateful to you when you teach them new things, and this is the way to win the players.
Yeah. Where do you see Alba in the future? Not only Alba, but also you in Alba, being there in Berlin. Where do you see you and your team in the future?
Growing, doing the things every year a little better, in all the ways, in all the aspects of the club, and competing every year higher and higher.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this conversation. I hope you enjoyed it, and good luck tomorrow, actually, in Pionir.
Okay, thank you to you.
Thank you. Gledali ste još jednu epizodu Uručenja. Ostanite sa nama i narednih sedmica i naravno pratite sve interesantne košarkaške priče uz nas. Ako ste propustili neke od prethodnih epizoda, naravno znate gde možete da ih nađete na našem YouTube kanalu. Takođe na našim društvenim mrežama pratite sve što je aktualno i što se dešava u vezi sa košarkom. Hvala što ste nas pratili i budite sa nama i sledeće sedmice.